Taking a break from the convention, the Modi government is all set to move an interim budget and not a vote on account, which has been the convention that in the final term of the government, usually it's a vote on account which is presented before the parliament and not a full-fledged budget with long economic policies. Well, what is the difference between this interim budget and the vote on account? We explain you here. While the vote on account is merely a sum of expenditure and revenues that the government has collected, it is a sort of approval that the executive needs to take from the legislature before spending money from the Consolidated Fund of India. This is what the Constitution mandates under various provisions, that the executive government of the day must have the sanction of the legislature before it goes ahead and spends money on behalf of the people, and this money is interestingly coming from the people as well. Now, the government presents a vote on account or they go for an interim budget. Usually, when it's a vote on account, there are no long-term policy measures which are announced by the government. Usually, this is just passed by the House without any formal or a long and a lengthy discussion. But when it comes to an interim budget, there will have to be lengthy discussions because we are anticipating this time, sources indicating that there could be long-term policy decisions that the government could announce. There is no law under Indian Constitution that forbids the government from bringing in an interim budget, a full-fledged budget. It's just convention, respecting the morality of the fact that the next government may not agree with the present reforms. Many say this is an expression of confidence by the Modi government that they will come back to power. As far as what is expected in this interim budget, well, number one would be the farmers' issue. It is expected that some kind of measures, waivers, a long-term policy to give relief to the farmers would be one of the biggest concerns of the Modi government. The second thing would be about the income tax. Interestingly, it's being speculated that the entire slab for the income tax, for the exemption from the income tax may go up, which means many people who are right now paying income tax may be exempted by the government. The upper limit may also be reduced by the government, so there would be some tweaking. How much of the government is willing to trade economics with these sops and the sort of waivers that we are expecting in the coming time? Clearly, in an election year, this is just the beginning of the bold moves that we are seeing from the Modi government.